Imagine. All right, party animals. We kind of knew it was bad. It's bright. It's and today we've got to do some really dirty work, which is taking the ceiling down. We're gonna try to do it from above, but no matter how we do it, it's gonna kind of stink. There's still some insulation and probably dead critter parts up there. Man, wild. All right, one good last look at that texture. There's something to it. It does look like an amazing haunted house movie set, but it's very real. So we're gonna knock it out from above. Long sleeves, respirator, gloves, the whole nine, and we'll see you hopefully when it's down. Not looking forward to it, so we're just gonna power straight through. Yep. All right, we're only like a half hour in. It's all down, but we're probably less than halfway there because we have a lot to get from in here into the truck, which is going to be equally miserable. Got to try to keep the dust down, all that stuff. That was a huge nest. If you watch the previous demo videos, both in the kitchen and this bedroom back here, I found some mummified raccoons, so I feel bad for the little fellers. Don't know what caused them to pass away a long time ago, but I guess that was their house. So yeah, I still don't understand the architecture we're dealing with here. This is it was like a frame in a frame, like this 2x4 thing they put up here and dropped the ceiling by 3.5 inches. No idea why. They did it over existing drywall, which was extraordinarily moldy. I'm sure from a variety of reasons, you know, general water damage from the leaky ceiling, but also probably it's a place to trap moisture in a room with a shower, you know? I'm gonna get all this out of here. Then we're gonna start tearing up the floor. So I guess I'm gonna pull the truck around. Needs our little rampy-do. Load her up. All right, 2 hours in this morning, and we've taken out the ceiling, gotten it all into the truck, which is right yonder. Not bad at all. You know, it's it's funny when you see stuff this lousy, but you're still excited by the progress. Again, strange things. I just don't know how this was originally laid out. Weird vent. Obviously, this wall was added. Who knows? But 2 hours in, and we are ready to start the next phase. We'll do a trip to the dump later, but now I think it's time to start breaking up the floor, which is pretty intense. I already know that this side is very sketchy. Everything under the bathtub is pretty much shot. You can see it from both sides. I understand if it's dark in there, don't you worry. We'll get a good look in there. Considering the size of the room, the tile floor is not as huge as it could be in this very weird way. So, and while we break it up, we're going to consider how to make it better. I had a plan. I was going to maybe do a bathroom and then do an ensuite bathroom, and I could do 2 5x10 bathrooms right here in this footprint of closets and stuff. And I was going to put the showers back to back, but that sharing one wet wall, which would be great. But if I do that, all the plumbing is trapped behind the back of the showers. So that's a challenge. So if anything goes wrong, there's no way to get to it except go through the shower, which is a bummer. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll think about it. We'll cogitate. It's a little awkward to be back here, but because we accidentally broke this already, I think I want to start peeling the floor up from an area where it already wants to get out of there. As I pulled the tile out of this corner, I took some of the floor with it. So if this floor is already willing to come up, I'm gonna try to work this away just to see if, you know, we can keep getting under it and lifting. And if that works, then great. And if it doesn't, we'll try something else. I guess that's interesting. There's really nothing to pry against because the floor's so rotten. I hadn't really thought about that. How about over here? Yeah, that's just pushing everything underneath down. Alright, get some ear protection. We'll give this one big whang. Broke something. Alright, okay, we can work like that. We can work like that for sure. It's interesting. See the rusted lath. Alright. Just give her a couple whangs. So as I hit it, it's finding its own weak spots, and I'm just gonna work along those lines until we get it all out. it's all coming up. Gotta get under there and get it apart. Wow. Boy howdy. Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah. All right. Thinking about it. Wow. Through that lad. Whew. Crazy. Crazy. Whew. Yeah, that's a lot. Whew, it's crazy. I mean, that tile work is way, way better than anything I'll ever be able to do, which is kind of sad. But, and it did last. I don't know when it started to fail or what was the initial cause of the failure, because, you know, you got a vent stack that's leaking, shower that was probably leaking, toilet that was probably leaking. The only thing that didn't seem to be leaking was the sink. So, plus holes in the roof and rain damage, and I mean, I can see holes all around the top of that vent pipe. But, you know, the thing is for me, like, I'm an avid do-it-yourselfer. I'm passable. I can almost barely get through a lot of things sometimes. When I see stuff like this, you know, if it's not right the first time, the only way to take it back up to fix anything is this, you know? And it's been running through my mind a lot because I've got to rebuild this bathroom. And I want to make sure that I don't mistakenly bury plumbing behind something like tile, you know, that I have access to it through drywall, which would be no fun, you know, to get to, but at the same time I would way rather be able to get in and fix a leak or something without having to destroy everything and completely start over. Because honestly, if that was the case, you gotta let it get as bad as it can get before it fails, and then you dive in. So anyway, just the contemplation of construction, you know what I'm saying? So we have removed, I would say, easily a ton, literal ton of weight from this area right here. The floors are obviously rotting, and we will pull all of those up, repair all the joists, maybe double them up, knowing there's going to be a bathroom, which will carry plenty of weight when we're done. One dude, sledgehammer, big pry bar, and the hero of the day, believe it or not, a garden hoe. That's what I was using to get all of the ceiling stuff down and keep myself out of the way. So yeah, I wouldn't call it a pro tip, but it's a tip. Consider subscribing, buying the shirt, checking out the Amazon store. All of it helps out the channel. We need it. We need it, gang. All right, see you soon.